Hey guys, it's Control, and welcome back to another episode of Wild Basics. Today's deck is kind of like a blast from the past. It is going to be Odd Dragon's version of Control Warrior right now. So this is a deck he actually just took to rank 1 Legend after queuing into a bunch of Jade Druids, Mally Druids, and also Paladins. Kind of the gist of this deck is you just beat Jade Druids if you draw a Geist, which you will inevitably, so you get the auto win in that matchup basically, and you farm aggro decks extremely hard. Some cards are kind of weird that stand out, definitely like the Cold Light and Spellbreaker, but I guarantee you they're really good. Cold Light's just really nice against some of the slower matchups because you can mill stuff like Blood Reaver Gul'dan or N'Zoth against really slow Warlocks. Even against Priests, like, you know, you're playing against a big Priest, one of the ways you can win is just like milling a Spellstone. Even just 2 cards for you is really, really good because sometimes you just really need that card draw to actually win the game. In general, this deck's evolved quite a bit from what pre-rotation Justicar, Trueheart, N'Zoth Warrior was looking like. If you look, like, Blood Razor has just replaced Deathbite right now just because the metagame is so focused on spreading with tokens with a lot of builds of decks. So we prefer to run Blood Razor to kind of counter those. Cards like Dry Whisker Armor fit in the deck super well. You know, against a full board, you heal for 14 and get a 2/2, and that's a great card to throw into a brawl as well. But it's got 7 cards on board. Well, here's my Dry Whisker Armor, and then you slam that brawl button, heal for 14, and have the opportunity to win as well. But most of it's kind of stayed pretty similar, where you have the Death Lords and the Sludge Belchers and N'Zoth with Justicar. That kind of core is still there. Still the shield block plus shield slam kind of combos there, and execute, of course. One thing to note is when you do play Skulking Geist in this deck, it can actually remove shield slam. Or, I mean, it's not that it can, it does. So it's kind of something to keep track of if you do need your hard removals in a matchup. Don't do that. Just wait till you draw, you know, the shield slams or get used to them before you go ahead and use Geist, unless it's, you know, 100% necessary and will win you the game if you do. Other than that, though, the deck is pretty standard Control Warrior, and the whole kind of pan out of the deck is very similar to what it was before, where you just try to basically remove everything your opponent plays and play Justicar and start smashing that tank up button. And, you know, if you're a guy like me, there's 2 things that I love in Hearthstone: hitting face and tanking up. And this version of Control Warrior definitely allows me to do the second one, tanking up. It's kind of funny, Control Warrior used to be a meme because my name's Control, right? And I used to play Pirate Warrior a ton. So what people would say is, you know, Control's version of Pirate Warrior, so it's like Control Warrior, but that was a Pirate Warrior deck. And now Control is actually playing Control, Jam and Odd Dragon's version of Control Warrior. And yeah, it's a great intro for the deck, and it's a nice catalyst into just rotating into some actual gameplay. So let's go hop into some games now, guys. Hunter should be much more manageable, to be honest. Much more manageable. So Hunters can always be Giant Center, but we have queued into a shit ton of aggro Hunters recently. So I'm going to keep Blood Racer and Fishes. And Ghoul and Revenge are perfect. These are just beautiful cards for this matchup.
I'll never tell.
Yeah, looks like he's just an aggro Secret Hunter. Could be like the Katrina version too. Katrina Wind Whisper. So it might be Winter Whisper. But the 8 mana 7/7 that does Battle Cry and Death Rattle recruit card from your deck. That card. Just fun too. But I mean, I'm not too worried about this board at all. I'm trying to think about how good Spellbreaker actually is in this matchup. When does that card actually do anything? I guess it silences this Secret Keeper that's super buffed up. So that's a thing. Yeah, I mean, that's a function of the card that's good. Trying to think about what Secret Keeper does in this matchup. Yeah, it makes this a 1/2 again. That's kind of good. Yeah, they make it a 1/2. I like it. Secret Keeper is thick, by the way. I don't know if you guys realize that. She is thick. She's a feisty girl. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, I got Dry Whisker, which is good. What do we do here? What is the play? No, we got a lot of options. Like Revenge Fishies. I'm really worried about Freezing Trap, to be honest. Revenge Fishies next turn's weird. I feel like it's probably right though, just remove everything you can. So it's probably going to be a Wandering Monster or Explosive. Alternatively, we could just play Blood Razor, but I really just don't want to take damage, to be honest. You heal for 12 too. Take 8 if I do that though. So it's almost not really that appealing. I almost feel like I do just Dry Whisker plus Revenge though. It's just whether or not this card's ever going to heal me for more and whether the trade's going to be beneficial for saving removal pieces. I don't think it really matters because I think I'm going to get value from this card anyways, so I think I can just like revenge fishes and be fine with it. I don't think I'm really upset with that outcome too much. It's a clear board. I'm at 22 health on turn 5. I think I'm okay with that. I feel like Dry Whisker seems like it's good, but it's kind of like a trap because I feel like the card's always going to be good. Hydra. Oh man. Well, hail Hydra, boys. Hail Hydra. See you later, alligator. That's definitely the top end he's got in his deck. I'd be surprised to see a Sylvanas in the list, to be honest. Or not Sylvanas, high main. Because it does look like he's just playing the super fast version with a snake trap. Doesn't look like he's playing the recruit version. Bow's good. Face. This guy's smart. This guy's smart. Face. Face, 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 face. I'm gonna copy him, do the exact same thing. Oh man. Hey dude, I want the armor, bro. Come on. I'm gonna get a pass and do nothing basically. Secret is fine. Alley Cat is good. Oh, I gotta play my Blood Razor now, so that's kinda nice. Could just double Dry Whisker plus Deathlord too. Heal for 8, play 2/8 with taunts. Seems good. I like Dry Whisker. I didn't think this card was going to be that good in the set when I was reviewing the set, sorry, but it's actually turned out to be a super good card just for the exact metagame we're in right now. And this isn't even a matchup where it shines, but it's definitely one of the cards that's super good. That's actually funny, dude. I completely forgot about Spellstone when I used Sleep with the Fishes. That's really, really funny. If you played that instead of Hydra on turn 5, I actually could have got punished super hard. Huh. Even here, right? Like, I mean, I'm fine actually, but it's kind of funny. Do this first in case of the cat trick. Actually, if I was gonna Blood Razor, I just missed 3 damage. I'm playing like shit this game, to be honest. I feel like this is one of my more poorly played games in a long time. I don't really have an excuse other than being hungover, but that's not a very good excuse. I feel like it's actually an okay one for Hearthstone because if you're hungover, like you're not thinking that well. It's a pretty big headache right now, so. Hearthstone streamer drinks too much alcohol, wakes up at 4 PM and plays video games in his mom's basement before going out and doing the exact same thing all over again. But it looks like we stabilized, so no big deal. I think next game I'm going to look to utilize a few more of my brain cells than I've used this game. Because I feel like I played this one completely off and honestly quite poorly. Which is okay. I think in Hearthstone, like, it's good to recognize when you are playing like shit. Because like sometimes some people just like play a lot and they won't recognize they're playing poorly, and I think that's like a big issue basically. And while I think it's bad to play poorly, I think it's really good to recognize when you're also playing poorly because then you can improve on it, right? Or just basically spend more time to focus, you know? Like for me, like I'm thinking about stuff and talking about things, but I'm kind of just like doing the first thing that I think about rather than this in this specific matchup, thinking rather than thinking about a couple different lines. I'm kind of just like going in on one. Which obviously isn't quite good.
This only works on simple-minded.
Nice. Well, we're gonna smash that motherfucking tank up button. I'm just gonna trade. In case it's explosive, going face makes no sense. I feel like if you're playing Secret Hunter, you probably want at least one explosive in your deck too right now because of Paladins. It's okay against them. It's not even great against Paladin right now. Pops an Ruby and Egg, but like it does stuff against Muster, you know? Okay, so the last warlock matchup, we were actually pretty close. It probably took like 20 minutes and we almost got there, but this one, I mean, he's on the coin, which is bad to begin with, but what am I looking for, I guess? Maybe Acolyte is a good card for me to keep. I mean, what I'm looking for is kind of like the 5s and the 6s, right? Like, Brawl's my best card. But I need, like, the Death Lords, the Cold Lights. I just need minions to get there. I feel like Acolyte in general is just not good because it just gets the Doomsayer or Dark Bombed. So I don't think I'm going to keep it. It's not a terrible card, though. Like, it does draw you other stuff, hopefully. But, I mean, I just don't feel like the odds of me getting 2 ticks off of it are very high. Is why I don't want to keep it. 3-mana draw one's not that good. And why would you need a 3-mana draw one card when I can just naturally draw Justicar and Brawl? What else would I want, right? Maybe a Spellbreaker and a second Brawl? That could be good. That would have been a big thing last game, actually, too, is if we got Spellbreaker on time for the cube, I think the game was ours as well. Steve Jobs cosplay? You know it, dude. Tap, 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 tap. I feel like our hero power is not that impactful compared to his. I think upgraded Warlock hero power is just to draw a card for 2 mana. You don't take the damage anymore. I'm fairly certain that's what it is. Which is quite a bit worse than gaining 4 armor. Because at the point when you play Justicar, you don't necessarily really even want to be drawing more because you're going to get very close to fatigue a lot of the time. It's just kind of funny. I feel like a lot of the Justicar hero powers are just bad, actually. I'm just going to play Deathlord. I really like the opportunity to pull something like a N'Zoth from his deck. Even like just a big demon that I can just shield slam away. Something along those lines would be really good. The N'Zoth thing is always the hope, though, because with N'Zoth, you can actually just win really easily. I mean, if he's Giants, it's not very good for us. I actually can't clear that because they didn't armor up last turn. Unless I get, like, a shield block or something. Okay, no shield block. Let's play the Direhorn here, and probably trade the 2-1. I don't value the face damage here. You could actually argue the face damage is better because that might bait him into just going all in with Molten Giants, but I feel like he doesn't do that. I think anyone who plays Giants like a lot will recognize that the easiest way to win this matchup is just to keep on playing one Giant over and over again. Because if they do that, then it's really, really tough to win because basically what happens is I can't deal with like 7/8/8s. I can, but that's like all my removal. But then on top of that, I can't deal with Mal'Ganis and 2 Void Lords. Much too tough. I mean, if he's just gonna let me have that go off, that's insanely good for us. That's not insanely good for us, though. I'm pretty sure he just does Cargo Face. I don't care about Justicar's stat line, to be honest. I don't think that was the intended outcome from me either. I'm pretty sure he has another demon in hand. I guess like the tempo of having the 3/4 out's probably better than not having it, so maybe that's not true.
I will not be trifled with.
Hello, Sea Witch. Oh yeah, go all in, dude. Go all in. Commit, commit. One more? Give me one more, baby. Give me one more. Come on, give me one more. One more Giant. You know you want to. Come on. Oh, yes. Thank you. Okay, so classic misplay. I mean, this matchup is very, very, very hard for me to win. It's basically reliant on my opponent fucking up. And in this case, my opponent's fucked up. Which is great. So now we ding, ding, ding and see what's up. I feel like I just got rewarded for his misplay. That's awesome. And one of the issues is he might not even think that's a misplay from his perspective because, the issue could be he might not think that's a misplay just because he hasn't played the matchup before. Could be a potential reason why he would do that is because, you know, just vomiting your hand and playing a bunch of 8/8 seems really good. And he might have forgot that Brawl was a card, for example, because Control Warriors, not a super popular ladder deck.